Hi guys, it's Ali here. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about the Nabla Cosmetics Dreamy Eyeshadow Palette. So if you want to know my thoughts on this palette, if you want to see this makeup look, then stay tuned. So first of all, let's talk about the palette itself. This is what she looks like. It is made by this kind of thick cardboard. I really like the contrast between the black and the metallics little stars. There are kind of bronzy, gold and silver stars, and I really like the gold profile of that. So once we open it, there are these 12 beautiful shades that are both matte and metallics. There is also this huge mirror. It is really huge, as you can see. So if you follow Mr. Daniel Makeup here on YouTube, he did a video on the Dreamy palette where he describes everything in detail, and it also says that the mirror in the inside is real mirror, because it's important to specify that not in every palette the mirror is real mirror. Not in all palettes there is a mirror, but this mirror is real, is huge, and you can basically do all your face with that because it's really big. Nothing else to say. It's big. So let's talk about the eyeshadows. There are 12 eyeshadows and there are 3 different finish. I'm going to read from their website because I don't remember. So there are 3 different texture. There is the super matte, there is the fluid metal, and there is the just pearl. So the just pearl shade is this one right here, and it is Delirium. I'm going to do a swatch, of course, of every shade, and it says that every shade is incredibly battery and easy to blend, and it's true. And so yeah, always in the video of Mr. Daniel Makeup, it explains the kind of mental schemes that they did to create the color range. All I have to say is that these colors are really beautiful, as you can see, and I really appreciate that there are cool tones, warm tones, metallic and unique shades. But let's talk a little bit about the content and the price. This palette retails for 35.90 euro, which are kind of $42, and it is 11 gram for 12 shades. So I did a little bit of comparison with other 2 palettes. So the first palette is the Modern Renaissance palette. This is one of my favorite palette. It is one of my go-to palette. So the mirror in this palette is not so big. You can basically see only your eye shape. This retails for $42. That are basically 35.6 euro, and it is 9.8 gram, and there are 14 shades in this palette. The other palette is the Shade and Light Eye Palette by Kat Von D. This palette right here retails for $48. There are 12 shades. There are 16.8 grams. And the mirror is a little bit bigger than the Modern Renaissance. You can see almost your entire face, but it's not as big as this one right here. So these were a little bit of comparison. Now let's do some swatches. So this is my arm swatched. I know it's terrible, I'm sorry, but I'm not the best in swatching. As you can see, these are all the shades swatched. So this one and this one are the same color and are Delirium. This is the pearl finish, the only pearl finish in the palette. I did the first swatch without wetting the finger and the second one with my finger wet, just to show you the difference. But look at the pigmentation of all these shades. Look at this one right here. This is Byzantine. This is insane. And look at this too. This is Metal Cupid. This is Inception. Look at the two together. They are phenomenal. And this one, the first shade, this is Immaculate. This can be used also as an highlight. This is gorgeous. And look at this matte right here. This is Illusion. This can be a perfect transition shade, as well as this one right here, this warmer shade. This is Sistina, and it is the one that I've used in my crease. With this one, that is Señorita. But also, look at this too. This is Lullaby, and this is Dogma. This is maybe the last pigmented on my arms, but just look at that. This color are so beautiful. Again, sorry for my swatches. They're terrible, I know. I promise that for my next review they won't be like that, I promise. So now let's move on to the tutorial part. Hi guys, so first of all, sorry for my face. I had a really stressful week, so I have a few breakouts and my lips are really chapped, but don't mind them. Also, sorry for my hair, they have their own life, but let's start with the tutorial. So, as usual, my eye is already prepped, prime, set. I have my tape on. And so let's start with the first shade, that is this one, Sistina, which is also my favorite shade. I love it. So with this one we are going to start to define our crease and the outer corner. So as you can see, I'm starting with the other eye already done, just because I wanted to test them before using them with you, so I can tell you my experience and show you what I'm doing in the meantime. So what I can say is that these shades are really pigmented, but also really creamy and blendable. So the amount of kickoff is quite normal for this pigmentation, but they're not powdery at all, and as you can see they blend really easily on my eye. But as I always do, a bone color to help the process if I think I need, and I want to blend a little bit right here on the brow bone. So I'm applying Sistina in the crease, also in here in the inner corner and in the outer corner of my eye, creating a kind of kata shape. And I'm going to continue with this color until I reach the intensity that I want. So once we've done with Sistina, we can go on with Señorita, this color right here. As you can see, my brush has a lot of product because, as I said, they are really pigmented. And this product is going to go on the outer part of my eye and my crease. As you can see, it's really pigmented, but it is blending beautifully with Sistina. So after Señorita has been laid down, I went ahead and cut the crease. I used a simple flat brush like this one. This is from the Electric palette. And then a concealer. Mine is the Naked Skin concealer. And as you can see, I went a little bit above my natural crease just because I have hooded eye. So if I want the color to, you know, to show a little bit, I have to do this technique. So now we can go ahead and apply some metallics on the lid. So as the majority of the metallics, they applied better with a wet brush. So I'm going to spritz my flat brush with a little bit of DECAY setting spray. And the first color we are going to lay down is Rose Gold. And this is going to go on the center of our lid. So I'm starting with the application, and with my Shitty Light, I don't know if you can see, but it is full pigment and it's beautiful. I really like this color. It's really gorgeous. So this color is called Rose Gold. It's really bronzy, but it's beautiful. In the inner part of my lid, I'm going to apply another shade. I want to try and apply this with my finger. Yes, this is even better. It's gorgeous. Really like this shade. So for my inner part, I'm going to flip the brush and wet the other side too. And I'm going to apply this color right here. That is this peachy gold shade. This is called Vanitas. And it reminds me a lot of a color from the Lovesick stack by Melt. It was called Amelie, maybe. It was this peachy gold, beautiful duochrome shade. And this is really similar. It's beautiful. It applies beautifully. These metallics are really, really creamy. They are so beautiful. So once we're done with the inner part of our lid, I'm going to do my concealer and I'll be right back. So concealer done, face set. Now we can go on to the lower lash line. For my lower lash line, I'm going to start with Sistina again, and I'm going to put that in the outer and center part of my lower lash line. I'm going basically to mimic what I did on the upper part of my eye, more or less. So Sistina first. Now we can apply Señorita on the outer corner. And it was the second shade that I applied. This kind of cool red shade. And then for our inner part, we're going to apply Vanitas, which was the second shimmer shade that we applied. And it's going to go right here. This shade is so beautiful. It brightens up the eye. It's gorgeous. For my inner corner highlight, we are going to go with Immaculate. Look at the pigment, it's beautiful. I'm gonna do it with my pinky, because why not? I mean, look at that. This is gorgeous. So I'm going to finish my face off camera. All the products will be listed down below as usual, and I'll be right back. So this is the final result. I paired it with Nude Lip, of course, and the lipstick that I've used is Vanilla Queen, also by Nabla Cosmetics. So my final thoughts on the palette. First of all, I was dropping it. First of all, I really like the palette itself as it is made. I really like the kind of black with the metallics of the stars. And then I really like the huge mirror on the inside. Is really useful, and you can basically do all your makeup because it's huge. I really like the color scheme of the palette itself. I think that the color shades are really beautiful. They are creamy. They are really blendable, the matte, but also the metallics. The only thing that I wished for was a super matte brow bone shade to set the eye, to help the blending. But other than that, I really like the color. There are cools, there are warms, there are the metallics are really gorgeous, and there are some unique shades. So I think that you can create a tons of different look with this palette. Then it's cruelty free, it's vegan, which is a really important for me. The price is good for what is the palette and the quality of that. So I think it definitely is a must-have in every kit. And if you, like me, are a collector, I think that you can't miss this palette. So congrats Nabla Cosmetics, congrats Mr. Daniel Makeup. I'm really proud, even because Nabla is an Italian brand, so I'm really happy for them. And that's all. I hope you liked this video, I hope you liked this review. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I will pop my username here down below in the screen. And with all that said, see you in my next video. Bye!